How do I broke it. How do I go back? Dashboard home maybe? Nope, that ain't it. Shit, how do I go back? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Not a good start. Not a good start. Um how do I might need someone to help me cuz I don't know this editor. What's going on, guys? All right, I have a question for you. So, I fucked up and I clicked over here. How do I go back to like see my main OBS screen? Like, how do I get off of this and go to where I can see my scenes and stuff? I hit dashboard home. That pulls up a web page. Um, I don't know how to do this. Studio mode, layout editor, studio mode. Okay, save changes. There we go. All right, we're good. We're good. I got it. What's going on, Alan? Welcome in, buddy. All right, let me put this over here. So this is going to be a little bit different, guys. I need to post this link into my Discord. Hold on a second. Oh, fuck. I am not used to streaming on YouTube. We need to do this. Let's hit this button. I wish I could hide this number, but we can't, so it is what it is. Share. Copy. All right, I got to put this in Discord, guys. Just give me a second. It's almost like I need a third monitor again, and I don't have the third monitor set up. Stream announcements. All right, let's do this. At everyone, we are live on YouTube, going over modding and server customization. Perfect. Yeah, tonight's gonna be a little bit different, folks. So we're just gonna be chilling, and what I want to do is I get a lot of questions, and I mean a lot of questions in the Discord about like creating a mod, how to create the mod, and doing all that kind of bullshit. So instead of making a bunch of 20-minute, 30-minute long videos that I have to sit there and edit and do all that crap, we're literally just going to do a long stream, and I will show you how I go through, how I get the correct configs, how I make the mods, how I test the mods, and all of that shit. Yeah, what up, Jeffrey? Welcome in, dude. Can you turn your volume up? I can, or I just probably have to get a little closer to the microphone. What's going on, T-Rocks? Yeah, like the stream, folks. Like the stream. So listen, the reason why we're doing it as a stream is because, like I said, I really don't want to make a bunch of YouTube videos. And what I'll end up doing at the end is I'll go through, I will add like stamps and like time marks and shit like that. That way it'll be easily to go through. So this is going to be a YouTube video. That was my full intention of doing a YouTube video. I just didn't want to do it in a bunch of different videos. Oh, let me make this a little bit bigger and then we'll get into it. Yeah, Botrix, dude. Botrix just fucking follows me everywhere. Let me talk to you guys though. Boss, dude, welcome in, brother. I hope you've been well. George, I hope everything's good on your end, dude. Tiff, no, this is not Roller Coaster Tycoon, and I will not play Roller Coaster Tycoon. I can't do it. I can't do it. Kayla has been spoiled on my computer. Completely spoiled on my computer, and it's done. It's done. Jeffrey, much love, my brother. Hope you're well, dude. I think I caught it right. Jareth, what's up, dude? Botrix, you can go suck a penis. Trevor, what's up, man? Welcome in. I'm the man. That's all good, dude. Thank you guys for fucking giving me something to do. That's what I like about it. You've been loving it? Yeah, I bet she has. I bet she has. So I've been working nights, guys. That's why I haven't been streaming as much. I go to work at like 7 p.m. I haven't been getting home until like 4 something in the morning. And I just been sleeping half the day. Okay, I need to figure this out. My eyesight is bad. So on Twitch, there's a very easy way for me to do it. I need to know, how do I make this chat bigger? What if I hit control and oh, there we go. There we go. Look at that. Guys, control and scroll up on your wheel will zoom everything in. Oh, it's Beast. Okay, welcome in, Beast. Welcome in, dude. All right. Where do we want to start? You sound low to me. I don't know. How do I sound? Maybe I can jack myself up. Giggity. Let's see. See what my volumes are at. I mean, when I talk, I go into the yellow. So let me just make sure. Yeah, this is still at 41, so everything should be good. Good. All right, good. So yeah, Tiff, I think it's just you. Turn me up. Turn me up. All right. So when I hit the start the stream button, guys, I wanted to be able to go to the starting soon screen because I wasn't ready. So now you're just gonna have to give me a minute because I need a bottle of water. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the stream starting scene real quick. I'm going to grab a bottle of water, and then we'll be good to go. And then we'll get started.
All right, this is for JC. Couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. JC makes me cry. He floats like a feather in his beautiful way. JC, you're so special.
All right, we're ready. We're ready.
I wish I was special.
I have to kill Sammy's voice. Everybody, that was Sammy. I know we can't do shout outs on YouTube, but if you're not following BGP Sammy, fucking fantastic guy. Definitely drop him a follow or a subscription or whatever it is. You guys are special. Everybody's special, man. Everyone in here matters. You guys are all special. You all matter. That's besides the point. All right, so where do you want to start? Do you want to start with a mod? Or, dude, I don't even know if I'm allowed to play music on YouTube. YouTube is so stringent, and there's no way for me to separate the audio tracks. So it's like I can't even play music. I'll show you what I was working on. So today I was working on building a mod for, so if you guys ever played with BBP, I was working on building a mod and using their stepladder, but creating a different type of stepladder that would basically fall outside of the rules. That way you can't like float it up in the air. So that's kind of what I was working on. But we can start something new. We're gonna delete this because it wasn't working. So we're gonna start like a whole new fucking mod. Mod height. What up, Battle Squatch? Welcome in. So we'll start a whole new mod, and we're gonna name it. This is what I do every time I go to start a mod. So we're just gonna name it YouTube mod. Yeah, YT mod. We'll do it all caps. So we're gonna make 2 folders. First one is YouTube mod. The second one is going to be @ and then it's going to be the same thing you named your first one. All right. You got to have your @ inside the @ folder. This is what I always do whenever I go to make a new mod. You're going to make an add-ons folder, and you're going to make a key folder, and then that's it. We're done with this folder. Like, we're done with this folder for right now. So inside YouTube mod, now we need a config. Make a 20-foot frame ladder for raiding. I'm trying to make a raid ladder to where you can't stack them on top of each other, because people are making like fucking the stairway to heaven with step ladders, and most server owners don't want that. All right, so let's see here. We're going to need a blank config. So I could just grab the one that I have in I can grab the one that I have in my Discord, but I won't. It's okay. Let's open this up. I'm just going to grab this config here. This was actually the first mod that I ever made, is in this config right here. All right, let's close all this shit down. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start from scratch. Actually, no, I don't want to use this one. I really don't. I'm going to use the one from my Discord. Give me a second. Where is it at? Where is it at? Let's come into... I don't want this one. Let's delete it real quick. Dayz shit. Is it in Dayz shit? What is in the bulldog clothing? Oh, that was the wrong PBO to open. I'll go slow once we actually get to doing it. I don't want that config either. I want a config just to make it easier on myself. I could sit here and start from scratch, but I really don't want to, because I feel that that'll just take forever. You know what we could do? Where's my golden guns? I'm pretty sure my golden guns mod has the new one. So let's go to our game. Wrong game. Steam library, Steam apps, common, Dayz. Let me see what the golden guns config looks like. Beautiful. This is the one I want. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to close this folder. Here's my YouTube mod. We're going to grab this config and we're going to copy it here. Now we can open this up and we can actually start making some edits. So we can close this folder for now. And what I'm going to do is we're going to delete all of this. Well, okay. Yeah, we can keep this the way it is. It's all good. All right. First like, let's go. Hey, I appreciate that. All right. So when making a mod, let's go through this. The class, this right here, this is what your mod name is going to be. You can name it in the Steam Workshop, whatever the hell you want to name it. But this is what, this is just class is your mod name. This cannot have any spaces in it. All right. It can't be like this. It can have underscores in it. I don't like doing underscores. If I'm being honest, I like to just make it one word, or I don't know. I'm not going to basically, I don't want to name like a whole sentence here. I literally just want to do, got a window over text editor. How? Oh, that's weird. Let me see what, let me see something here. I don't like this chat shit. Hold on. We gotta make some changes, guys. We gotta make some changes. Give me a second. We gotta go to where are we going? Streamlabs, right? I gotta change that chat box. What the fuck is that big blocky shit? Alert box? No, widgets. Let me change this blocky weird shit to clean. There we go. That's the one I want. Save settings. All right, so that should fix that. But I'm trying to see what we're just copying the display capture. I don't know why that was showed up. My bad. All right, so let's get back to where we were. Class name, right here. This is the class. So this is what the mod is going to be named. Don't mess with units. You don't need to mess with weapons. You don't need to mess with required versions, required add-ons. So, for instance, if I was to make a mod, say everybody loves MMG stuff. If I was to make a mod to make my own custom, like, MMG clothing, I would have to put this in here. Essentially, these required add-ons are PBOs that are required for your mod to work. So if we go to, let's see here, I'll download it real quick. Let's go to my library. Let's go to the workshop, and we'll type in MMG. So we're going to download this real quick. Let it do its little download. Probably should have picked a smaller mod, but it is what it is. So we'll let this download. And we'll come into Dayz real quick. We'll let it download the mod. But essentially, while this is all downloading, hopefully it doesn't make me drop frames, you're going to put this here. So you can go through here. Now, if we, like, essentially this is what the PBO name is, all right? So whatever the PBO is called. So for instance, like DZ characters, then you have DZ characters backpacks, then DZ characters pants. I can show you where they're getting this. So if you come to your directory wherever Dayz is installed, for instance, we'll come here. We're going to open the add-ons folder. These are all of the vanilla Dayz PBOs, all of them. So for instance, you open up your character gloves. We come here. These are all of the different gloves that are in Dayz. And then of course, if you want the PAA file to change the texture, this is where you'd get it. It's in the data file. But you don't have to call out character underscore gloves. You don't necessarily have to do that. As long as you put DZ underscore data, it will pretty much call. Hey, there you go, 420, dude. I don't do that, but yes, 420. You can literally just put DZ data, and it will cover most of it. Now, for some reason, if the item is not showing up, or if the item is invisible, and you're 100% certain that all of this is correct, then you can go and you can say, okay, let me try and add the DZ gear camping, or the DZ gear crafting. But like I said, these are all of the vanilla PBOs. Everything you need to do to mod, to find scripts, to do everything can literally be found in here with PBO Manager. You just crack it open and you just do it. I don't know why PBO Manager is defaulting to the top, because on my screen it's not. It's really weird. Really weird. But for this, what we're going to do is, being that this is Golden Guns, on this one, what I have done is I have made a magazine, all right, and we're using the 25 round magazine, all right. Now the class, I've named this to mag underscore UMP underscore 250 round. So all of this information, essentially what I've done was I have taken a standard 25 round USG 45 magazine, and I have turned it into a 250 round magazine, and it's essentially right here. So count is 250. Now I'll show you how we get to this. This is back again. Like I said, we're going to go to your directory. You're going to need another program for this. I will link it, and I will also tell you to not download the full pack, because if you download the full pack, it requires a license. But if you get it by itself, it does not require a license. So if we come in here to, where is it at? I need the magazines right here. So if we crack this open, all right, the weapons PBO magazines, we're going to want to see, where is it at? The config file, which is right here. All right. Now, if you'll notice, this config file is a binary file. So if you copy here, we're going to replace it. If you try and open this file, I probably have to try and do open with. If you try and open this up, it's all gibberish. And you can try and like dig through it to find out, but it's not going to work. Now, if you try and use Dayz Tools, Dayz Tools has a built-in CFG convert, which you can convert like a bin to CPP. If you run this, it doesn't work. So don't even try. Like it doesn't work. You can sit here, you can spam it all day long. It's just shit. So what you do is you download a program from Makiro Tools, and it's called Eliteness. So what this program does is I'm on my desktop. I can click this right here, the config.binary file. We're going to click here. We'll select all. We're going to copy it. We can close this down now. We're going to select all here. Paste. Now this is the config file that has been turned from a binary file, and it's been turned to a file that we can actually read and we can go through. So with me doing this, we're going to go to UMP, and this is our class for the 25 round magazine for the UMP. As you can see, it's got the display name. Don't change this. This is the little code that just basically, this is how they code their games. And like it's a really weird way for them to read it. If you can change this on yours, but do not alter it inside of this. But this is where you can get, this is the count, this is the bullets that it takes, this is the weight per unit. If you want to make it incredibly small, you know, this is 12 kilos or 12 whatever it is, you know, per unit. If you don't want it to be that size, you can make it 0.1. It'll be super light. This is the weight of the overall. You can change the item size in it. And this is the ammo types that it can shoot. So if I really wanted to, I could add another one of these, and I could do ammo underscore 762 by 39. And then close it again. Separate it with a comma. So if I was to do this and make this mod, now my magazine, my base magazine will be able to shoot a 7.62 by 3.9 as well. Would I recommend doing that? No, but that's just some of the things that you can do with it. So we came here, we grabbed this magazine. I copied all of this over. This is CFG magazines, and I changed my count to 250. So if I was to just come into the game with this, I can spawn it in, but I would not be able to place it into my gun. And the reason being is because we would, so here's my UMP 45, okay? This is the one that we've added. So display name, golden USG is what I have it. Description, a rare beauty, blah, blah, blah. So you have to add this little magazines tag right here. Now, you have to call it out to do whatever magazines you want. So for instance, this is the Mag UMP 25 round. That's the vanilla round. Now, once you make a custom gun like this and you add, say, this line right here, if I was to only put this 250 round mag into it and I was not to put this in there, it would not take a vanilla magazine. It just wouldn't do it. So you have to add them both. So now recoil modifiers. This is another one that you can do. So 0.5, 0.5, and 0.5. This will basically make this gun shoot like the suppressed USG from Modern Warfare 2. I don't know if everybody played that. But the gun has virtually no kick. So this is how I would go through and I would add it. A lot of people ask me, well, how do you get the class names? Or how do you, you know, the biggest thing is, what's the class name for it? Or how do I add it? Or how do I put it? So just keep in mind that your weapons are always under CFG weapons. Melee weapons, backpacks, clothing, most shit is under CFG vehicles. I don't know why. The only weapons that come under here are guns. And with this config, which is what I have posted in my Discord, everybody pretty much has all of the vanilla guns in it. I don't want to get into modifying or like changing properties of like modded guns. Some mod makers don't want you to go in there and alter their work. Some of them don't care. Now, I know altering just like the way it looks, adding different camo skins, most people don't care. But most people don't want you to go into their mod and take their modded weapons and then change the properties of that mod by changing whether it goes full auto, whether it goes burst. I appreciate the lurk, dude. Whether it goes burst, whether it goes, you know, most people don't want you doing that. If I will say, if you're going to go in there and you're going to completely change up somebody's gun and use their models and stuff, ask permission, because that's just a dick move, in my opinion. Ask permission. Say, hey, man, I want to use your mod. Do you mind if I make some changes? 9 times out of 10, they're going to say they don't care, but it's always nice to ask permission, or at least give them credit in their mod. So once I have this done, I need to go into let's go back into my Steam library. We're going to come into my missions. Actually, hold on. How do I have this spelled? It's all underscore. So we're going to go into my missions. We're going to go into Schnars Plus. We're going to edit this this batch file. As you can see, I was testing here. And we're going to name it Golden Guns. And then we're going to save. And then we're going to launch our batch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another entry of that magazine. Or we'll do it for a whole new gun. We'll do it for a whole new gun. If you guys want to see that. The biggest thing is a lot of people ask me, how do I get the class names? You know, what's the class name for this? What's the class name for that? And I try and tell everybody, everything in this game is literally inside of the add-ons folder in your Dayz directory. Literally everything you need. So we come in here and then we go to mag_UMP and there's our 250 round magazine. If we come back and we look at my my config file right here, the model, I have it looking just like a UMP 25 round. So if you were to have your own model for it, if you wanted to, for instance, use the model for, I don't know, the coupled magazine, that's what it would look like. So it's really cool. You could change that, or if you know how to use Blender and you know how to make your own, you could make this whatever you want to look like. Now, you can also change the texture of this if you really wanted to. You can make this gold as well, or you know, you can make it whatever change, you know, color change you want, and it would be the same way. So you would just grab this line here. We're going to copy it. Then you would come here to under your scope. Actually, I would probably put it like right here. And then you would have to create a PAA file and change this color to whatever you want. But we're not going to do that right now. So once we come in here, you'll see I'll put this on the ground. There's a 250 round magazine. See how it's not working on this gun? This is what I was talking about. Can turn hostile quick. That's a good thing. Much respect. So this is the vanilla gun. All right. Just a vanilla USG. Now, it'll take this 25 round magazine, no problem. But it will not take this 250 round magazine. So, if I come here and I go to golden and I spawn in the golden UMP on the ground, which is this one right here, this will take the 25 round mag and this will also take the 250 round magazine. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to show you the difference with the recoil modifiers. So let's go to suppressor. We'll put a suppressor on this one as well. Let's drag this down here. So we'll pull out this one. Let's, I think it's X. Yeah, it is X. This is really stupid. So for some reason in this game, X is your auto walk. So you got to put your gun away. You see how my guy's just like kind of moving all around? But when I swap to this gun and I do the same thing, which I'm going to have to go to X. I'm going to have to put the gun away. Go to X. Pull it back out. See how it's not like moving at all? So that is the recoil modifier. You can make it super, super stupid. You could literally make the gun be a laser beam where it has zero kick whatsoever. We need to get away from these guys. I don't know how to go invisible in this mode, so that's it. Let's just get out of there. So again, this is very important. Where's it at? When you're gonna make a special magazine like this, you have to call out the special magazine here. Otherwise, the gun, it will not let you do it. It won't let you do it. So let's start from scratch. Let's just start from scratch, make sure that's not on top. And we will make, what do you want to make? What kind of, like, you want to make a article of clothing, a gun? We could do suppressors. I can show you how to make a suppressor. I literally just worked on a mod So a lot of you guys know Better Suppressors mod. I don't like their mod. I think it could be better. So I literally just made my own. I can show you how to do that. Let's just do a. Let's do. I guess we'll do another article of clothing, because a lot of people have issues with clothing. And instead of doing clothing, let's do a tool. Let's do like a. Let's do an axe. We'll do an axe or like a sledgehammer. Yeah, we'll do a sledgehammer, because a lot of people don't realize it. I've had questions on like, hey, my sledgehammer isn't working. I'm going to show you how to do it. So let's come in back into our Dayz folder. We're going to go into our add-ons folder. I like to do this. I like to do my type. Otherwise, it's if you don't do your type, it's like it breaks it up. I like to put my PBOs on top. And then we're going to go to weapons melee. This is literally what I do. I just find it. I'm like, okay, so here's my blunt weapons. It's not going to be in there. It's most likely going to be in firearm, explosive, data, lights, water, magazines, muzzle, optics, weapons non-lethal, maybe. Nope, that's a dart gun and a shock pistol. That's not it. I would imagine that it would be in tools. But there's nothing with tools. All right. So let's do gear crafting. Might be in a crafting. So it's literally, it's all just going through and trying to figure out how you're going to, just got to find out where it's at. Because I don't know where everything is. So it's not in here. I'm looking for the sledgehammer. I'm looking for the sledgehammer. I figured it would be in tools. Oh, right here. Gear tools. Duh. Okay, so gear tools. That's where we think it would be. So we're going to go to our data. And let's find the sledgehammer. Scroll on down. Sledgehammer right here. So there's the sledgehammer _co_PAA. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and drag this off and copy here. If you drag this out and you just like move it, your game will say that it's missing files and you'll have to validate your files. All right. So we can close this now. We're going to go to open up our text view. We'll drag it down. So there's our sledgehammer. It looks like shit, but you kind of get the idea. That's the wooden part, yellow part. Right. So we're going to take their file. I'm going to save this into YouTube mod. We're going to claim it as all files, and we're going to hit save. It's probably not what I should have done. Hold on a second. Let's do that again. Because we want this to be all files, and then we have to name it .png. So we can close this. We're going to keep, we can close Dayz Tools for right now. Let's just minimize that in case we have to go back into it. So YouTube mod, we can delete this now. So here's our PNG file of the sledgehammer. So now what we're going to do is you can open up whatever photo editing software you use. Lately, I have been using, I'm trying to learn this Krita. Krita is very strong. Jareth's the one who turned me on to Krita. It's very strong, but it's very confusing because I haven't had a whole lot of time to play with it. GIMP works. There's another really good one. Let's see here. Let's do a new window. I'll show you a good one. So if you just come up here and you type in online Photoshop, it's called Photopea. This one right here works fantastic. All right. It's got pretty much everything that the Photoshop has, and it's free. So this is the one that I primarily use. If you can get used to it being in a browser, if that really bothers you, Krita will work just fine. This is just very confusing to me. So for the simplicity of this video, we're going to just use this. So if I really wanted to get technical with it, I can go and like color each individual section. We're not going to do that. I'm actually going to go to this. I want to say it's in my Dayz shit. Where's it at? Right here. And I think I have a folder. I should have a folder called patterns. I do. Okay. So for this video, we're just going to go like this. And this will just have hearts. This was something that I was making for the Valentine's Day crap. So we're just going to make it real big. It's going to be pixelated. It's going to look like shit, but we don't care. So we're going to export this as a PNG. We can name it wherever we want to name it. Awesome. Perfect. Sounds good. Save. We'll go to our downloads. And let's pull this out here real quick. And we're going to put this into there. Make sure we got the pink one. All right, so it's pink. Sounds good to me. We're going to go back into Dayz Tools. There's probably a much easier way to do this, but I like to just close everything. Otherwise, I get overrun with shit. We're going to go to image to PAA. Now, I'm going to name this real quick. Rename this, I should say. Let's just do test_hammer. We're going to drag this over, and then we're just going to process the files. The reason why I do this is because it's basically this processes the file to wherever this is sitting. So now if we refresh, we'll see we have test hammer, and it's done into a PAA file. To make sure it worked, we come over here and we just drag it over, and that's what we want. So now that that's done, we're going to go into our config file. Now, I'm going to assume that this is a tool, just like you would do a fire axe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this entry right here. I'm going to go like this. Now, remember what I said. If to find the class name, the class name is typically whatever this is named. Sledgehammer. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to come back to my add-ons. We're going to open up this gear tools. And we're going to come down here to sledgehammer. So I'm going to assume, I don't know because I've never done a sledgehammer, but I'm going to assume that is the class name. So we're going to come back to this, and I'm going to change this to, let's just do dd_sledge, just for this, whatever this is. Now, so it's sledge_hammer. Now, I have not called this out before. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to come right here, and we're going to have to type in class sledge_hammer. And then we're going to have to put this little colon thing, semicolon or whatever. Now, we also need to come through here, Golden Guns, test, PAA. Oh, wait, why are we doing it on this? Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to grab this entry right here. We're supposed to be doing it in, we're supposed to be doing this in our new mod, guys. What the fuck? You guys are letting me do shit wrong. Oh, no, this is fine. This is fine. This will work. Don't worry. All right. So, sledgehammer, DD sledge. I'm keeping all of this. This makes perfect sense. I got confused there for a second. So, this is our PAA file pathing. This is driving me nuts. Why is that doing that, dude? I wonder why that's doing that. That's really pissing me off. All right, so being that this is our YouTube test mod, we're going to name this YT mod. And I'm actually going to delete everything else out of this. No, we won't. We'll just leave it. It's fine. No, yeah, let's delete everything out of it, because that'll just throw me off. We're gonna delete all of the CFG weapons crap out of it. All right, so this is our mod that we've just created. YouTube mod. There's only one thing in there. So this is the hidden selection textures. This is very important. This is the PAA file path. All right, so this has to match this. All right, it's got to match it. And it's case sensitive, so everything is capital. So we're going to delete this. This is YouTube mod. And then what did we name the file again? We named it test_hammer, all one word. So we're going to go just like this. So you have the 2 commas and then you have no comma. That's just how it works. So we're going to save this. Now, if I've done it correctly, which I think I did here, let's change this real quick. Display name is going to be Sledgehammer. And then the description short will be I was just made. I don't know. Item cargo size, we can actually get rid of this. And we can get rid of this. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit save. We can close this now. We're going to go to Add-on Builder. We are going to find this folder. And then we're going to put it in the at folder. At YouTube mod into our add-ons. Hit OK, and we're going to hit pack. So if this all is done correctly, now when I open up my at YouTube mod, I have my add-ons. Here it is. If I open it up with PBO Manager, there's my test hammer PAA. There's the PNG file, which we could eventually delete. And then here's my config file. What's up? Hi, Kay. Class is Sledgehammer Inventory Base. We'll see. If this, I'm not saying you're wrong, but let me see, because that would be really cool. This, I'm just trying to show you the process of how I go through and I find out what the class names are. Because shit, dude, I take a guess half the time. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our root directory file of Dayz. I'm going to copy this folder over. I'm on with the at folder. You do not need to sign this if you're testing with an offline mode. So we're going to come into here. I'm going to open up this. This is going to be YouTube mod. Then we're going to file and we're going to hit save. Now, when I run this batch, the game's loading, so we don't have an error. That's good. This is good news. Yeah, what you guys playing tonight? So normally, if your config is wrong, if you have a undefined, so if the class name was wrong, this would tell me that I have an undefined class. Usually. So I'm starting to think that maybe that was the right class name. We'll find out. I'm pretty sure I named it test, right? No, I did not. What did I name it? Let's just do sledge. There it is, DD sledge. All right, so we put it on the ground. You see how nothing's showing up? So something is wrong. In fact, wrong. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this. And at this point, what I would do is I would say, okay, that class name was wrong. What did I do wrong? How do I find the class? So we're going to go to add-ons. We're going to go back to gear tools. Where's it at? Right here. I am now going to, let's see here. We got to go to the C's. Here's the config for it. This is the vanilla Dayz config. So we're going to copy it here, replace the file. We're going to open up Eliteness, and I'm going to click it. We're going to select all and copy it. Then we're going to come back to our Notepad++. The file has been modified. No. Fuck. I'm going to paste it here. Then I'm going to Control F, and I'm going to type in sledge. So Sledgehammer. Okay, so this is the class, Sledgehammer, which is really weird. I don't think that should be like that, but it is what it is. So the next thing I'm going to try. So inventory base is this is used for a lot of different things. This isn't the class of the thing itself. I could be wrong, but I don't think it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to this config right here. And I'm going to change this to this. And this to this. I'm going to save it. And we're going to come back to this. Add-on builder. We now need to change this to come into common, Dayz, YouTube mod, add-ons, and then we're going to repack it. And then we're going to reopen this up. Hold on a second. Let me shut my door. And we're going to test again. Melee tools can be a little weird. I'm not going to lie. Like, if for some reason what you would think the name is, the class name, sometimes it's just not. So sledge. Okay, so we've got our sledge. All right, but now for some reason, this is my mod. So sledgehammer. That's the way we named it, and it says I was just made, but we're not getting our texture on it. So now we're gonna say, okay, why are we not getting our texture on it? So we're gonna leave this again. I'm essentially, guys, I'm doing this just to show you how I troubleshoot what's going on with the mod, because these are the questions that I get asked on a daily basis. So we're going to go back into our Notepad++. We're going to come back over to here. So here's our sledgehammer. Let's see here. So it's calling out, this is the model for it. That's our inventory slot as to where it goes. There's got to be another entry for it. There's not, which is odd. Okay, so display name description. This is the model for it. It's basically the P3D file. So what I want to try, and what I'm going to try is I'm going to try this. Let me see here. Where is it at? Where would I have that at? I think I have that in. I need that hidden selections. The hidden selections bit of code, and I think I have it. Give me a second here. Let me think. Do I have it? Let me go to my Dayz shit right quick. Where's my Dayz shit? Oh, it's on my desktop. I think I have it in this one right here. Let's crack this open. There we go. That's the hidden selections texture. Shit, it's not in this one. Did you fall asleep and abandon me last night? Give me a second. I'm trying to find out where I had that piece of code. I've had it sent to. Let me just open up Discord because I know for sure I posted it in Discord. I don't know. The PBO shouldn't be on top. Now, I don't know what's up with that. That's just some really weird shit. 1 second. We'll find it. I've posted it to people. I know I have. Let me see. Is this one it? Nope. That's not it. We can actually lower this down real quick. Son of a beesh. Where do I have that at? I know I have it somewhere. What mod do I have it on? You know what I think I have it on, Jareth? I think I have it on the where's that VRF one that we were working on, Jareth? That's not it. I don't think it's in my Valentine. Oh, it might be in my Valentine one. Yep, there it is right here. All right, so we're going to need this. The hidden selections. Copy. I knew I had it. It's just something that only a few items have to like actually require this. So let's come back to our config. And we will try and we will see if this will work. So we're going to hit save. Close this out. And we're going to repack it. Build successful, and then we're going to go back into the game. I need to go through and I need to like organize all this crap. I'm so bad at this. I'm very bad at organization. This will be so much easier once we get into just like doing custom just server crap. Server crap is so much easier. This shit is so tedious. And the only reason why I chose to do a sledgehammer is because I'm pretty sure somebody was asking about a sledgehammer in Discord. And I want to sit here and I want to be the one to figure it out. All right, so it's still not... I have seen your desktop, dude. It's bad. Have you seen mine? It's terrible. So for some reason, the texture is still not showing up. But it's not showing up. It's not showing up. What's it called? Completely grayed out. So what are you looking for? Turn it onto high. Okay. Okay. Put the noodles in. Let it come to a boil. Boil till the noodles are done. Drain all of the water. Put the noodles on top. Stir it up. Yes. That's it. You leave too much water in there and he don't like it. No. And if you want to be yes. Yes. And if you want to be just a little bit bougie, add a little bit of butter. Yes. I know. He's picky as shit. So for some reason, the mod is working. Yeah, picky ass kids, right? The mod is working, but the texture still isn't showing up. Now, I had this on one other item, and I couldn't figure out why, and it was on the sword. I don't know for a second, boy. It's fucking ramen noodles, dude, but he's just so picky. He's so picky. So what I'm thinking it might be, because if you notice, if we come back into our add-ons, and we come back in here to, actually, let's just come here. If we come back to Notepad++, and we come here, it's not pulling out a, it's not calling out a PAA file, which is really weird. So let's try and do it the way you have it. Let's do inventory base, or the way you were saying. Let's see if that works. Now, if I do this, it's going to tell me that this class has not been called out. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here, and I'm going to call it out real quick. And we'll see if this works. Yes, the FAL is very... So it's like for some reason, some of them just can't be changed. What you almost have to do is you have to make an entire new item, which is just really weird. And I don't know why Dayz's like this. But this is actually, I'm glad that this is happening now because we can sit here and we can troubleshoot and figure out why it's not working. So we're just going to repack this. And then we'll open this up. Which the class is working correctly because it didn't crash my game. Dude, I've had cheese in my ramen noodles. That shit's pretty good. But he can't have cheese. He won't touch cheese unless it's on a grilled cheese. It can't be white cheese. It has to be yellow plastic cheese. Like, he's just so fucking picky, man. So picky. If there's any sort of like seasoning on his french fries, he says it's dirt and he won't eat it. It's like, dude, quit. Just quit. All right, so you see how it's not showing up at all? That tells me that that class name is incorrect. I didn't want to restart. Son of a bitch. So we need to figure out what's going on with how we get a sledgehammer. We probably should have picked one that I knew for sure worked. I don't know why we jumped into one that we're going to have to sit here and troubleshoot. We can just keep this over here for now. Now we'll keep it right here. Fuck it. All right, so let's come back into our notepad. All right, so we can get rid of this. That's not the problem. The only other thing that I could think of, which I don't think is it, but we'll do it anyways, is we'll add more of these. And then we're still going to call this the sledgehammer. And we'll try and pack this again. We'll see what's up with it. There's got to be a way. Well, the single line might have worked. Zip check, hidden texture. I could have swore I have the hidden texture. Yeah, this is the hidden selections textures. But see, I'm just kind of basically going off of what these guys are doing. And that's the end of it right here. So you have your sound sets of what it sounds like. That's your damage that it's doing. And then here's your health levels, which is just calling RV mats. So it's really weird how this might be another one that's just really picky. For some reason, it's not calling out the PAA file. And I don't know why. So let's just go back to Sledge. It's doing the same thing. It's not giving us our texture. All right. We're going to figure this out. See, now this is normally where what I would do. You know what else we can try? This probably... Oh, we've already deleted the model. Yeah, so I've got the hidden selections on here too. For the camo ground, camo male, and camo female. All right, so let's come up here. Let's actually do some reading. So hidden selection textures. That's for the alarm clock base. Inventory. You know what I want to do? What I want to verify. Let me come back into the gears tools. Let's open up the data. Let's see here. Let's come to the sledge. So here's it's got a PAA file. We know that. So now we just got to figure out why it's not calling out the PAA file. Because see, this is your hidden selections textures. This should be the PAA file that it's calling out. But for some reason it's right. I see here your hidden selections. I mean, we can try it. We can try it. Let's give it a go. Honestly, all we need. Well, let's just do this. Let's get. Yeah, we'll just do it just like that, and we'll see what that does. Yeah, I know, but it's just got the hidden selections. That's all. This will be super reflective, Jareth. People will see you from a mile away. This is honestly what I do, man. Is I just sit here and I just play around with shit to see how it works. We should have did zombies, Jareth. We should have did zombies. Zombies are so much easier than this. So I know for sure the Excalibur sword is a pain in the ass to do. It does the same thing like this, and so is the apparently the sledgehammer too. I don't know why. So sledge. There we go. That was it. Fucking 10 points to Jordan. 10 fucking points, dude. So what that's telling me is on your hidden selections, you need this Zib Tech. So we could actually probably get rid of all of this shit right here. Save it. That was a good shout, dude. So we can exit this now. I'm going to repack the mod and just make sure it still works. Yeah, that was a good shout. I wonder what ZibTech is. Like, I wonder what that means. That's got to mean something, right? Honestly, though, like I said, I'm glad that this happened because this allows us to go through and we can go through and how to figure this crap out on your own, because there's not a lot of people out there that have all this information. And the best way to sit there and do any sort of diagnostics or diagnose the issue is to just go through the vanilla files. So if we come to our DD sledge, it still works. So you have to use ZibTech. So I thank you, dude, because that'll be something that I'll be able to answer in Discord. And that's how you create a custom sledgehammer with hearts on it. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. So the FAL, I guess, would be the same way. That's guns. Now, when it comes to modifying the PAA files or like trying to make new textures or anything like that, it's literally all the same. It's all the same. The config, the layout, everything is the absolute same. Now, there's a few things that are a little bit different in terms of clothing. So for instance, we're going to go to, let's come up here. We're going to create a whole new class. And we're going to make this one, let's just do DD, and then we're going to call it Mountain. So I need to come back to, let's see here. Bum, bum, bum. Where's my mountain bag? Mountain bag right here. So we're going to copy this. We'll make this right here. We're going to call this just a test bag. So this is if you wanted to make a mountain bag, right? So I was just made. We could actually get rid of this hidden selections. We don't need it. And all you need is the 3. So we're going to save this real quick. Now, essentially, if we come through here, if we come through here just like this, this is how you would reskin a bag. But say you want to add attachments to that bag. So what I'm going to do is I have this shit saved in my, over here. Let's go to mods. Let's go to Xmas gear, config, attachments right here. So copy. Come all the way back to the end. Look how many freaking configs I have open. It's bad. Don't judge me. And we're going to put this right here. And these are going to be my attachments. So if we hit save on with just these attachments right here, we're going to close this down. We're going to repack it. Now, I know for sure that the backpack is going to show up gray. It means if all else fails, use that. Absolutely. So I know for sure that everything is going to show up gray because I didn't even do a texture. Actually, it's not going to show up gray. It's probably going to show up looking like the sledgehammer. That's most likely what's going to happen. It's going to be really weird. Really weird. It's either going to be gray or it's going to look like the sledgehammer. So we're going to come here. We're going to type in DD underscore mountain. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's going to look like the sledgehammer. Yes. Yes, you can. But there's another way to make them invisible. But that right there is if you put it on and it disappears. Yes, it'll disappear on your backpack. So yeah, a lot of people do admin clothing that way. But I mean, to be honest, you don't necessarily need that because you can just go invisible with admin tools. But if you notice, I did not change. I didn't change the PAA file. Like I'm still using the one that we did for the sledgehammer. So in all actuality, you don't need to do each. if you're going to blanket texture something like I just did here, this is just a blanket texture. As you can see, it completely covered it and it still works. But now on our backpack, we can put a bandage on it, we can put a knife on it, and we can put a grenade on it. Though, full disclosure, if I was to put a knife in here right now, so let's say we spawn in a, let's spawn in a kukri. It'll go in this slot. No, it won't. That's the wrong knife. I think that's for like hunting knife. Where's the knife? There we go. So we can put a hunting knife in it. Hold on, let me shut my door. But it's not going to show on the backpack. The reason being is because this is using the default PD3 file. So if you want your guns to show on your backpack or your knives or whatever the case may be, you have to create a new P3D file, which we will not be doing tonight because I don't know how to use Blender, if I'm being honest. I really don't. But yeah, that's how you would add attachments. So now you can get crazy with these attachments. So what we're going to do now is, and I'm also going to show you how we do this inside of how you figure out where it goes as well. So for instance, we're going to come here. We will put this. Now we're going to do shoulder. Do another comma. And then we'll do melee as well. Now, if you want to have, this needs to be a comma, not a period. So we're going to save this. But, for instance, okay, so you want to know what is considered medical bandage or what is considered, basically what's considered shoulder. So if you come right here and we go back to, for instance, the sledgehammer. We all know that the sledgehammer goes on your back, right? There it is. So if you look under the vanilla, this is the vanilla Dayz config. Right here, your inventory slot. So this is considered shoulder or melee. Either one. So that's where this is going to go. If we go to pickaxe. Wait. Bum, bum, bum. See, this is really weird. Look. Oh, that's the ice axe. Let's find the actual pickaxe. Oh, okay. So the ice axe, for some reason, is considered the pickaxe. Suicide aim is the wood axe. I don't know why this is considered pickaxe. That's really strange. Why is that? So that's what it's called. Am I wrong, or is it not called a pickaxe? It's the ice axe. There's your wood axe. Why is this looking like this? Come back over here. That's really weird. Okay, well, whatever. Here's your crowbar. Your crowbar inventory slot is shoulder or a melee. So if you wanted to change this, yeah, that's true. If you wanted to change this, so we're gonna get tricky here. All right. So let's come back to here. This is our sledgehammer that we had. Let's make a quick new item. Just so this will be really fast. And we're going to make, all right, we'll make the crowbar. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this crowbar. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go just like this. So we're going to grab the crowbar. I don't know why it's inventory based. That's not how it's going to be. So we're going to come, let's just, which one do I want to do? Let's do the sledgehammer. So we're going to come right here. We're going to name this crowbar. Let's make sure we actually have so it's just a capital. So we're going to come back to this. We're going to name this crowbar. But now what we're also going to do is we're going to add this inventory slot right here. We're going to add this bit of code. We'll put it like right here. And I'm also going to like this, and I'm going to name it a knife. And we're going to hit save. Okay. So now we're going to hit knife. We've saved this. Slower it down. Let's repack it. Let's open. Wait. Okay, here we go. So crowbar, undefined name is crowbar. Perfect. That makes perfect sense. And I'll tell you the reason why that happened is because I need to take this right here. We need to come up here. Add a space. Class crowbar, semicolon, save, minimize. We're going to repack it, and now we'll be able to go into the game. You got to call the classes out. A lot of people have that question as well. They're like, it's telling me undefined class, or it's telling me that the class has already been defined. God damn it. Always make sure you're calling out your classes. And you only have to call it out once. Or, I'm sorry, you only have to define it once. You have to call it out with every weapon or every item you make. But you got to define that class. This is going to be so much easier once we get into just doing server work. All right, so dd underscore. There's my crowbar. I now have a heart crowbar. That's perfect. But what we're going to do is we're going to spawn in this backpack. So dd underscore mountain ground. As you can see now, it'll hold 2 shoulder weapons. But this will come here on my shoulder, but now it should also go on my knife slot. So now what I have done is I have defined, is that a word? I have made this think it's a knife. So if what I've done is correct, I should be able to put this in my boot too. Yes. I can now put this in my boot. So if we come here, and I fly away, you'll notice. Well, hold on. We got to walk off this backpack a little bit. I now have a crowbar sticking out of my leg. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you should be able to see that. So that is how you would essentially make it whatever you want. All right. So if I wanted to come back into, let's see here, let's go to my here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this same line right here, and I'm going to add it to here. We're going to save it. Fucking crowbar sticking out of my leg. Love it. Close this down. We're going to repack it, and it'll do the same thing with the sledgehammer. Now, like I said, the mountain bag is not supposed to have gun slots on it. That's why there's nothing on there. Those boots actually have a defined PD3 file, or PD3, yeah, or P3D, whatever. I think it's P3D. It actually has a defined P3D file that shows the texture sticking out of the boot. So that's another thing that you can do. You can do that. I promise you, man. There's so much shit you can do. So let's do DDD. So we're going to do the ground, and we have to use this sledge. Now, I'm going to show you. So if we just do a regular sledgehammer, okay? So we go like this. We're going to put our backpack on. So this sledgehammer here will go there, but it will not go there. You see that? It won't go in our boot either, but this one will. So those are just some of the things that you could actually do with it. If you wanted to, you could go through and you'd have to modify the item of your choice, because the vanilla items are set as to what they are. Every time you create a new item, it's essentially an entirely new item in the game, and that's why it's not showing up on the backpack. But it will show up here. So we could, if we really wanted to, we could go like this. We could put our guns on there. I mean, we could just go for days. Now, if we want to add multiples, you could also add multiples. Now, I don't know why you would want multiples, But there are a lot of attachments, and I mean a lot of attachments that you could add to a backpack. You can add it to clothing. You could basically add it to anything you want, honestly. So what we're going to come here is we're now going to copy this one again. So you'll have another shoulder. Let's do vest grenade. It's going to copy this one. Shit. But this is going to be vest grenade B. There's one that you can do that is like, I think it's called belt left. All right, so come through here. Pack it again. Let's come back into it. And then if we've done it correctly, you should have multiple weapon slots. A lot of people ask me this too. They're like, how do you add attachments, or how do you get the attachments to work? This is how you do it. So if you really wanted to, you could add a slot on there for magazines. That way you can, you can store certain magazines. You can define what magazines you want to be stored, or you can just leave it like just kind of vanilla and just say magazine, and then all magazines will be able to be saved in there. So we've got a DD, we go to our mountain bag. Now, as you can see, we have a canteen slot, which is going to be our belt. You have grenade slots, so you could do up to 4 grenades. So you'll be in our config file, it would be vest grenade A, B, C, and D. You could do belt left. You could also do belt right. So we're going to come like this. This is going to be belt right. Let's go ahead and put 4 grenades on it. So this will be C. This will be D. Belt left, belt right, shoulder, shoulder, melee. And if we want to get really, really like into it, let's come back to our add-ons folder. Let's go to our gear tools, because it should be in the tools. Let's see if the cooking, no, that's going to be in camping. All right, so let's come back into our games real quick. Let's actually close Dayz. Dayz. See here, add-ons. It's going to be gear camping. Let me see here. What I'm looking for is shelter, territory flag. Where's the cooking stand? So it can't. It can't. It's only meant to have 2 guns. Now, what you can do though, if you want to carry more guns on your bag, you can make like so. All right, we'll get into that. That's a very good question. I'll show you how to do it. But what I'm looking for, does anybody know where the tripod is, or what the tripod is called? Shelter stick. No. Fence. It's in tools. Let's see here. Well, if it's in tools, I'll be able to find it here. No. Let's do stand. Nope, it's not in tools. Figured it'd be in gear cooking, maybe? Probably in gear cooking. What do you think? Yep, cooking stand right here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this config. We're going to swing this out. We're going to copy here. We're going to open up our eliteness again. Select all, copy, come back to Notepad. No. Bitch. We need to do stand. Probably easier just to do stand. All right, so here's our cooking stand right here. Inventory slot is cooking tripod. So this is what we're looking for. So we're going to hit copy. Let's come back to our config that we're doing. So inventory slot. Let's come here. Let's do a cooking tripod. Let's also add a pot. So let's see here, cooking equipment right here. So copy, come back over to here. And we're going to go like this, add another one. So now what I was talking with you though, Trevor, is what you can do, what I think. We're about to test this right now. So this is a knife shoulder melee. So what I want to do is I'm going to take this shoulder right here, because we're defining the sledgehammer as to be on a shoulder, melee, or knife. I'm going to this, like this. But I'm going to call this shoulder capital A. And now what I'm going to do is down here. Did I capitalize it? I did capitalize it. Let's take this capital away. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to copy it. And we're going to name this shoulder A. So we're going to save it. Let's close this. We're going to repack it. I know PBO is covering it. Oh shit. All right, here, I'll reopen it. So what I've done was on the sledgehammer, I've added for the inventory slot that it takes up, I've basically created one called shoulder A. And then I've added that to this shoulder A. So we're going to see if this works. It should work. Somebody just screamed dicks in my ear. Thank you. I don't have my headset on, but I heard the dicks on the headset. Who the fuck is screaming dicks? We're not even on Twitch. That's got to be Jareth or fucking Jurzon. Why is that sound even coming through? I don't even have that on. I shouldn't have that source available on here. All right, so let's spawn in our backpack. There she is. Let's spawn in some crowbars and let's spawn in some sledgehammers. So if we put this on our backpack, we now have 4. We have a holster slot. Oh yeah, that works really good. Thank you. So we've got a holster slot. Okay, so this little circle thing right here. So we have shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. I don't know what this circle slot is because we didn't put that. But so that goes on our shoulder. That goes on our shoulder. That goes on our shoulder A. Which one did we give the shoulders to? To the crowbar. No. We gave it to the sledgehammer. So the sledgehammer. So this, here, let's take these off. Let's put our sledgehammers on here. So that can go on my knife slot, my shoulder slot. Okay, so shoulder A isn't working. But as you can see, I've got 3 of them, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's not working. So I'm thinking you can only put 2 weapon slots on there. As you can see, it's taking up my knife slot because I've allowed it to take up a knife slot. Bro, look at my stamina. Oh, you guys can't see my stamina. Look at this. Look at my stamina from holding these sledgehammers. It's fucking insane. That's actually insane. Now you can also modify the weight of things in your CFG gameplay file. But if you really wanted to, another thing we can do, for instance, so we can come back to our config. Let's close this game. There we go. Let's come to we're going to grab this right here, item size. We're going to go to new. I'm sorry. We're going to go back to our config. We're going to do this right here. And we're going to make it 1 by 1. So we're changing our sledgehammer to be only 1 square. Now, if you want to adjust the weight of the item as well, you can adjust the weight of the item in the config. That way your special, like say your special item variant, will be significantly lighter. So let's hit a save. Let's repack this. Ah, son of a bitch. We're going to have to close this game real quick. I jumped into it too quick. I mean, you can do two, but like I said, you can define where it goes. So if you want a sledgehammer to fit in a knife slot, or if you want the sledgehammer to fit in a canteen slot, or if you wanted the sledgehammer to fit anything like that, you can do that. And literally all you have to do is okay, it's not covering it. We need to close this game. All you have to do is right here for the this is the inventory slot that it takes up. You just have to add it to here. So if you want it to be for guns only, you could also do that if you really wanted to. You would have to define that you only want guns to go there. And by doing that is you would have to create, basically you'd have to create an entry for every item in the game and make it not go on your shoulder slot, or but you would always want it on your shoulder slot. All right, so we saved this, we repacked it. Now let's go back into the game. And if we've done it right, our sledgehammers should only be 1 by 1, and they should only weigh like 80, which is fucking nothing. Should. And then we'll get into like doing the server stuff. Because I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to fucking figure out to get a camo on a damn sledgehammer. There's other stuff you can do. You can get into like changing the sounds of the items, the sounds of the guns, but we're not getting into that right now because that's a lot more involved. All right, so here's our backpack. Our sledgehammers, they're saying they weigh about 5 kilograms, which seems not right. So we're going to have to change that. We'll have to figure out the line of code to change this. And see how that didn't work? Or were we doing the crowbar? I can't remember. Let's see. This is why I usually only like working with one item at a time. Oh, you wanted it for guns only? I mean, it's all the same thing as guns, honestly. Okay, so that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Let's go figure it out. Item size. Yeah, that should work. Do 1 to 2. Weight. Yeah, this should work. Let me repack. I think it's maybe because I packed it while it was running. I don't know. We can do a quick gun. Guns are really fast. Guns are really fast. So we can do a quick gun, and then I'll jump over to doing like server stuff. Because too many people ask questions on how to set up servers. How do you make the item spawn in pristine? How do you add custom areas? How do you change zombie locations? How do you add zombies? How do you add loot to buildings? How do you change loot areas? It's all so easy. And as far as retexturing goes, it's so stupidly easy. All right, so object spawner. So let's see here. There's our backpack and our sledge. There we go. So now the sledge is 1 of 1 and it's under 0.25 kilograms. So that's the line of code to change the size. Now that doesn't change the size of it in your hands by no means, but it changes the size of it and the weight of it. So just to do a comparison, Sledgehammer. Let's do just a regular vanilla sledgehammer. There's your comparison. So this sledgehammer now weighs under 2.5 kilograms. This one weighs 5 kilograms. So it's just more crap you can do with it. Again, and we have a sledgehammer sticking through our leg because we're just badasses. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's about as far as it goes when it comes to attachments. You could add these attachments to any item that you want. Any item. If we want to add it to our beanie, we can add it to our beanie slot. And again, it's so stupidly fast how to do it. Like I'll do this within literally 3 minutes. We'll have all of the same stuff on our beanie slot. So we're gonna come back to our notepad. Let's see here. Our mountain bag. We're gonna grab this. We're gonna copy it. Literally, all we're going to do is we're gonna come up here to a beanie hat, which I already have called out in the config that's available to everybody. We don't want the whole class. We just want the beanie hat. Copy. Let's come back to right here. Change this. And then we're going to change this to dd_beanie. So we're going to save it. We're going to pack it. We're going to go back into it. I mean, literally less than 3 minutes. Now it's going to take a little bit longer if you want to change, up, what's it called? Like textures and stuff. But for the most part, if you're just like wanting this, I'm just going to show you how easy it is to just add all of this stuff to another article of clothing. You could even add slots to helmets. In fact, here, so we'll go like this. We're going to call this beanie. Come on, you bastard. Here's the beanie. Covered in hearts. And as you can see, let's click this button so all of this hides. And there's all of our stuff on our beanie. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Have a good one, man. And there's... Jared, this gives me an idea, bro. This gives me an idea. Holy shit. Bro, we could hide a shovel in our hat. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. And then let's add some slots to it. Say my bro, that's so good. Let's come back to our Notepad++ real quick. I want to say, so that's our item size. Here's our beanie. Here's our attachments. So what we're actually going to look for is we come here to our local disk. We're going to go to mods, camo test. Let me open up this config real quick because I need item cargo size. Copy. Come all the way to this fucking end. Right here. And we're going to save this. Repack it. And now this beanie that we've just made should be able to hold everything under the sun and have 30 slots. That's actually a really good idea, dude, to just fucking slam it with shit. You could do it on your boots. You could do it on... You could probably do it on a... maybe not a weapon. Maybe not a weapon because it's... Weapons are funky like that. But dd_beanie. Yes. And now our beanie also has 30 slots. That's a pretty OP beanie. Here, let's go ahead and hide our fucking UMP 45 in our beanie. So good, dude. Oh, that's so good. Like this literally, it just came to. I was like, dude, we could put this on our helmet. This is so good. I mean, I don't know why you would want to do this, but you can. Dude, look at all the shit we can literally shove all of this in our hat. In our hat, man. It's so good. All right. Yeah, yeah. I love playing around with it, man. I just kind of goof off and figure shit out. And that's pretty much it. The modding stuff is super easy. I guess the last thing we could probably do, or what we should do, is probably go over how to repack things and how to make a server pack. That's probably what we should go over, because most people know how to publish their mod. If you know, we'll go through it. We'll go through it. So once you've created your mod and you like your mod, and now you want your mod to be on the Steam Workshop. I didn't want to. What are we doing? Open up Dayz Tools. So once you like it, you want to get onto there. You now have to go to DS Utilities. So when you go to your DS Utilities, you find your subdirectory. We're going to look at YouTube mod. We hit OK. Oops, on my bad. At YouTube mod, at add-ons. There's our PBO for it. You're going to process it. You're going to sign it. There is now a key inside your folder. You would then, gosh darn it, open up Dayz Tools again. You're going to come to Publisher. You're going to create a new workshop item. So we're just going to call this YouTube mod. You want it to be public. Your mod content. Desktop, YouTube test, or YouTube mod, select. You don't want to select the add-ons folder. If you do this, it's going to be wrong. So you want to actually select the entire folder. You would come right here. I agree. Didn't mean to do that. What did I just do? Everything just went off my desktop. That was weird. You're going to just, here's your change notes. Here's your description of your mod. And then you would just hit publish. And then you would have a public mod on the Steam Workshop. That's pretty much it. Now, if you want to make a server pack, so if you want to basically take a bunch of PBOs and you want to make your own like server pack, so what you're going to do is you're going to come to the best way that I've found to do it. You can, yeah, we'll just do it the real way. You're going to go back to your Dayz root directory folder, which is here. It's common. You're going to go to Dayz. So this workshop folder here, it might be hidden. If it is hidden, you're going to want to go to show more options. I think it's in properties, right? No, I think it might be in view. No, it's in properties. So you're going to come to properties. Where's it at? I'm trying to remember where it's at. Oh, right here. So you want to, basically you want to show your hidden files. Right here. So you come up here to your view, show, hidden items. If we turn this off, our workshop folder goes away. So you have to show your hidden items. You'll have your workshop folder. These are all of the mods that you've downloaded from the workshop itself. So say that this right here at YouTube mod, we're going to open this up. This will be our server pack. I like to make this nice and small. Unless you're working with two screens, you're going to open this bad boy up. So here's advanced weapon scopes. You're going to grab this. You're going to copy it over. Say we want to add AJ's creatures, which you're not going to be able to, but AJ's creatures. Copy this over. Basic map. You're going to want to copy over every PBO file that's in the mod folder that you're wanting to repack. Let's keep going. We can go crazy with this. Let's say this loot chest. We're going to copy this over here to add-ons, copy here. And then these are all of our mods. So now what we're going to do is it's the same thing. You're going to open up your Dayz tools. You're going to go to your DS utilities. You would come here to your add-ons. Here all of them are. See how they said this one's signed, but these are not. You would re-sign it. You would update it the same way. And then you would essentially have a server pack that people would only have to download your one mod, and then it'll get all of these mods together. I strongly advise not making a bunch of server packs because all it does is make people download the same mod over and over, just in a different variation, and it just really just takes up a lot of space. The only thing that I would recommend doing server packs for are like doing loading screens and doing your own private mods that you don't want on the workshop, but you want on your server. This is where you would put your like server specific mods. You would put it in your own server pack. So this is where I would put my PBOs for that. Let's go ahead and delete these. This is where I would put like my server specific PBOs, and then I would fire it up, and then bam. There's really no reason. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm trying to keep my mod list low. I promise you, all you're doing is making people install the same mod over and over, because 80% of the servers use 80% of the mods you're using. So you're just really downloading it a bunch of different times. Don't make server packs unless it's for your own personal private mod that you don't want anybody else putting on their server. And that's pretty much it. All right, that takes modding, and that took way long. Dude, that was like an hour and 40 minutes of just going on modding. That went way longer than I wanted it to. But modding is like it's a loophole. It's a fucking loophole, man. All right. So now we'll get into, let's bring this over here real quick. We'll get into like doing server configurations or server changes or all of that kind of stuff, which in all actuality should have probably been a whole separate video. What do you think, Jared? Think we should do it in one video, or should we just touch some basics on this one too? Because modding in itself is just a lot. I mean, I won't make any changes. I was just going to go through on the most common one that people have is how do you get items to stop spawning in brand new, or like ruined and broken. So there's two things. You do a whole video. You're right. I should probably do a whole video on just server stuff, because we'll keep the modding one. You know what? That's actually a really good idea. From how to upload a mod, how to do a mod, and then just kind of go from there. Because there's a lot of things on the server side, like how to add, we can do how to add your underground triggers to make it go dark, how to change, how to paint. Okay, that sounds good, because I can show them how to paint new territories, show you how to change where your gas locations are. I can show you how to disable your dynamic gas but keep your static gas. So I think that's a good idea. All right. Yeah, we'll do that on a different one. As far as like the modding goes, that's pretty much as like in depth that I can really get. I mean, we pretty much went over everything. I mean, we went over how to, let's come all the way back to the end again. I got to change this. We went over how to find the items in the Dayz of like vanilla shit, how to alter it, how to add attachments, how to add your, do your PAA files, how to change the item size, how to change the weight of the item. I mean, I think we're that's pretty in depth. The only other thing we could do is change Right. Yeah, and we're not getting that deep into it. I just want people to, if there's one thing I want you to take away from the video, is you have a basic understanding of how to troubleshoot, diagnose, figure out the problem, and how to fix the problem. That's pretty much what I wanted to do out of this. I mean, this is pretty basic stuff. I mean, we didn't do a gun. You know what? Maybe we should just do a gun real quick. Maybe we should, because we did clothings. I did 2 clothing items and a melee tools. I'm gonna do a gun real quick. So we're gonna come here. We're gonna open up, and we're gonna start from scratch. So let's go back into our Dayz, our add-ons folder. We're gonna go to weapons, and we'll go to firearms. We're gonna do let's just do an M4, right? M4 is an easy gun. So you're gonna open up the M4, you're gonna open up your data folder, you're gonna grab the M4 body, CAA or PAA. And actually I'm gonna show you the way that I normally do it, because I don't make the copies. So we're gonna close this. I'm gonna open up Dayz tools. Open up text view. I'm just going to literally grab it from PBO Manager and drag it and drop it. We're going to file. We're going to save as. And then I'm going to change this to a .png. All files, save. So now that we've got that, we can close this down. We can close all of this down. Open up our YouTube mod. And then here's our M4 body. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to use this camo. I'm just going to use this camo for everything. So we're going to open this up. Now this is where it gets a little bit different, because we actually have to create a new CFG weapons. So we're going to have to create a whole new entry, kind of like we did up here with CFG vehicles. So we're going to have to do this down here with class CFG weapons. And then we're going to open it up with a bracket like so. Hit a space. Now what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to grab this sledgehammer right here. Copy this over. We'll put this bad boy right here. So this is going to be an M4A1. So M4A1. M4A1. We're going to change this over to DD's just M4. And then we're pretty much going to use, we're going to keep everything else the same. And once we do that, we now have to come over here and we need to close it. Oops, like so. We're going to save it. Let me open up add-on builder real quick. Really, I don't know what's up with PBO Manager doing that shit, man. Why is it staying on top? Did you? I didn't even see that. Did you text view? No, add-on builder. Were you able to see what I was doing in the Notepad++? Were you able to see that? Because we literally just, all we did was class CFG weapons, the M4. Okay, good. And then of course we open it. So this closing is what's closing this. And then you see how these lines are kind of together. I mean, basically everything you open, you have to close. That's just standard CC. So if we did this correctly, this should be M4 Son, I hate this. And then there's our M4 on the ground. It's still called a sledgehammer, but that's okay. As you can see, our M4 takes up 2 slots, like we had our sledgehammer. But you have an M4, and it's camoed, and it's that simple. It's that simple. I mean, I know at first it's very daunting and it's not simple, but when you just play around with it a lot, it becomes very simple. And then this is also how you would add multiple items, like multiple different types of items to the same mod. That way you don't necessarily have to make a whole new mod just for your guns. You can add the guns, you just have to close your CFG vehicles, and then you would open this up. Same thing with magazines. So what you would do is you would come down here. This would be CFG magazines. You would then open up your brackets. You would put your item in here. So for instance, let's just do this. Like this. And then we would end up closing it like so. And then this is where you would call out if you wanted to make a special magazine, like I did with the Golden Guns one. So this is where you would make a special magazine. You'd call out the magazine class that you're trying to use. And then just make sure, like if we go back to the Golden Guns config that I had, I don't remember where it's at. We won't get that deep into it. You would just have to call it out in this weapon that it would be able to use this magazine. But this is how you would do multiple things in one config. That way you don't have to sit there and break it up. A lot of mods, what I've noticed is whenever they have a big pack, they create a separate config based on each item. It's really weird why they do it that way. To me, it seems like it's a lot more work on you as the modder, but it's a lot easier for people to go through and find out your stuff. So I get why they do it, but I don't think I would ever do it. And that's pretty much it, man. We went over guns, we went over weapons, we went over attachments, we went over slots, we went over how to reskin it, tools. I think that's pretty much it for the basics to make it a mod. How to upload the mod, how to make a mod pack. I really don't think I got much more to share as far as the basics goes. I mean, I didn't want to get into changing gun sounds and changing grenade sounds. That's a lot more in depth, takes a lot more time. But I'm pretty sure that's pretty much it. And that's what I figured. I wanted about a 2-hour video just to go through and play around. And I think we did it. I think we did it. That's pretty good. So I think I'm going to end it there. I will most likely, maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll be soon. But we'll start a whole new video and we will do it as a live stream. It's easier that way. And I will go through and we will start from scratch on how to build a server. Say you just bought a server, you want to learn how to change your day and night schedule. You want to make it bright nights, dark nights, how to upload mods to your server, how to add custom areas to your server, how to add zombie spawns, how to change the loot that the zombies have. We can go over all of that, and that'll take probably the same amount of time, if not more, because I think there's more involved with running a server than there is than making a mod. So that's why I don't want to do them both at one night, because I've already put 2 hours worth of information into your heads, and I don't want to try and do that shit again. So that's it. I'm going to bounce Z Folk out. I'm probably going to jump over and okay. Hey, no worries. I mean, Bald Mechanic, while you're here, I mean, do you have anything in particular that you would need to see? Like, do you have any questions? Please feel free. Now is the best time to ask me, because instead of just trying to type it in a Discord channel, I could show you. I would love it if anyone's got questions, man. This is the best time to ask me because I can just do it. Just get it done, man. Just get it done. Yes, please ask them questions. Please, please, please. This is pissing me off. Look at this. So I've got some shit jerry-rigged. They really are. I mean, I try and do it as user beginner friendly as I can. I just heard a noise, but I don't know what it was. Oh, dude, I appreciate the subscription, man. Thank you. Yeah, I try and do it as easy and like user friendly as I possibly can, because when I got into making my own mods, my very first mod, oh my god. My very first mod that I ever did was right here. As you can see, look at this. Look at this config file, man. This config file just goes on for days. For days. Because I just started playing with it and I wanted to learn how to do it. So I just started just going and going and going. And there was really nobody that on YouTube that would offer help. You know what I mean? I mean, there was a few guys that I knew, but there was really not a whole lot of videos about it. And it used to drive me nuts. Because a lot of what I did was just trial and error, packing the same mod 150 times until I found what worked. And then, of course, I've met a few people that have kind of pointed me in the right direction, but for the most part, pretty much just kind of figured it out as I went. So it's like when I started making the videos on it, I just wanted to give people a little bit more of an upper hand than I had, because I had nothing to go off of. Nothing. In fact, you know what I had to go off of? I'll show you. So if you come to your browser and you just type in how to make a Dayz mod, there is a little guide right here on the internet, or on it's on the internet, that kind of goes through setting up your workbench. It kind of like goes through like step by step on how to build your CPP files and your scripts and all of this. But this is very overwhelming compared to what we just did, honestly. So I didn't want to learn that way because it just wasn't working for me. What is this? Smack the 2 unit, the modding on, hit the button, be like, stick for clothing. I don't necessarily understand what that means. Welcome in. Smack the 2 unit, the modding on, hit the button, be like streak of perk, clotting the fact, the quote range badge. Yeah, I don't understand that. But yeah, there is a guide, there's a walkthrough guide on Bohemia's website on how to set up a mod, but it's very difficult. And if you don't understand C++, if you don't understand like how the all of this kind of works, like all of the coding, it can be very overwhelming. It can be very confusing. So that's why in the Discord channel, there is a link in the description of the video. In the modders chat, I have a pinned message that has a config like this that's already set up. You literally just have to change your class names, and then you just have to alter your items and add items that you want. But I pretty much have went through, I've called out the majority of the vanilla items that people are going to want to mod. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's pretty simple. So guys, I'm going to end the video. That way it's not a whole lot longer. If there's no questions, I appreciate you guys for hanging out. If you're watching this video post live, just leave your questions in the description or comments, and I'll do my best to answer your questions. You could also come to the Discord. I do my best to answer the questions there. There's other people in the Discord that have been stepping up and answering questions when I can't get to it. It's just a place for everyone to kind of learn. So I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for coming out and watching. And I will catch you guys. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow night. If not tomorrow night, it'll be, I work nights now this week. We're going to get it. It might be next weekend. Hold on a second. Maybe next Friday we'll do the server stuff. Maybe that's what we'll do. But all right, let me get out of here. And then, because I'm actually going to get back on stream and actually play a video game, but I just want to end this video. I love your faces. And your name is Taft. Nice. My name is JC. You guys will see me in there. All right, I'm going to end this video because I have to do timestamps and all of that. And then I'm probably going to be back with streaming an actual game. So I love your faces. Thanks for